The left side is a mnemonic to learn the skin layers, and the right side is a helpful website. What is produced by sebaceous glands of the skin? Sebum. What is the name for the majority of the cells of the epidermis? Keratinocytes. Ultraviolet light helps a precursor molecule in the skin ultimately turn into what vitamin? Vitamin D. Which of the following best sense pain? Free nerve ending. What type of muscle is the erector pili muscle composed of? Smooth. Which stratum layer is composed of 2 to 5 layers of cells engaged in keratinization? Cells here release water-resistant glycolipids also. Stratum granulosum. If you're hot, your skin blood vessels constrict or dilate. In addition, sweating will be increased or decreased. Blood vessels will dilate and sweating will be increased. Which 2 body organs besides the skin are critical to the activation of vitamin D to its fully active form? Liver and kidneys. Which cell type in the epidermis contributes the most to pigmentation? Melanocytes. A second-degree burn affects how many layers of skin? 2. Great job, you're the best. Which body system includes skin, hair, fingernails, and toenails? Integumentary system. Which vitamin in a cream cannot easily cross into skin because it is not lipid soluble? Vitamin C. Which of the following refer to the development of pale skin? This can happen when you're afraid or have low blood pressure. Blanching. Which translucent stratum layer is only found on thick skin, which is skin of the palms and soles of the feet? Stratum lucidum. What is another name for superficial fascia? Hypodermis. What is the name of the deeper layer of the dermis? Reticular layer. Bronzing of the skin is most commonly associated with what health condition? The skin will look metallic bronze. Addison's disease. Cleavage lines of the skin are also called blank lines. These represent less dense areas of the dermis of the skin that run in set directions. Tension lines. Beta carotene can be converted to vitamin A in the body. Besides contributing to skin color, what special sense does vitamin A help with? Vision. Which of the following are immune cells of the epidermis? Langerhans cells. Great job. Keep up the good work. Which of the following dermal receptors are best at sensing two-point discrimination as its main function? This is the ability to tell 2 points of the skin are separate. Meissner's corpuscles. A first-degree burn involves how many skin layers? 1. What is another name for stratum basale? Stratum germinativum. What is the condition called where a person develops excessive body hair, often where they normally would not have it? Hirsutism. Which of the following dermal receptors is best at sensing continuous touch or pressure? Ruffini end organs. The dermis of the skin is composed of how many sublayers? 2. The proximal nail fold that projects onto the nail body is called the aponychium. Which condition is associated with a lack of melanin? Albinism. What is the name of the central layer of a shaft of hair? Medulla. Which of the following terms means hair loss? Alopecia. Which stratum is composed of 8 to 10 layers of cells that produce keratin? Cells at this stratum look spiky. Stratum spinosum. What is another name for sweat glands from the options below? Sudoriferous glands. Which of the following are light touch receptors in the basal layer of the epidermis? Merkel cells. Regarding the ABCDEs of skin cancer, what does the D stand for? Diameter. Which of the following is a cluster of smooth muscle in the dermis that pulls hair follicles upright to give a goosebumps appearance? Erector pili. Which of the following in the dermis is best at sensing hot or cold temperature? Free nerve ending. Skin pH is normally acidic or alkaline. The most common type of sweat gland in the skin is eccrine or apocrine. Skin pH is acidic and sweat glands are mostly eccrine. What type of hair forms in a fetus? Lanugo. Which type of skin cancer is most dangerous because it often metastasizes? Melanoma. What is another name for Langerhans cell? This is an immune cell that's formed in the bone marrow and moved to the epidermis. Dendritic cell. Way to go, you're almost done. Keep it up, keep it up. Which of the following is the most superficial stratum of the epidermis? It is composed of 25 plus layers of dead skin cells. Stratum corneum. What color does keratin make the skin appear if you ingest a lot of it? Yellow-orange. Which stratum is the deepest? Just under this layer is a basement membrane. Stratum basal. Which of the following glands produce ear wax? Ceruminous glands. What is the name of the more superficial layer of the dermis? Papillary layer. What is another name for the subcutaneous layer? Hypodermis. Which of the following represents a yellow discoloration of the skin? This can occur due to hepatitis. Jaundice. Regarding the ABCDEs of skin cancer, what does the B stand for? Border. The expanded base of the hair follicle is called the blank. This is where hair growth begins. Hair bulb. Which of the following are deep pressure and vibration sensors in the dermis? Pacinian corpuscles. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you.